Leo, Munster had to play academy players recently. It didn't seem to pay off for Montpellier today.
That's not a question. We've been waiting for this game for a while now, or a game. So I think the guys applied themselves well over the last number of weeks, training wise. Been a frustrating period for all, but for us it was just trying to control what we can, get out there. Playing back here was great, lovely day, great crowd, and the lads put on a good show, which is good. So we know we're sort of chasing the pool to a certain degree, so every point is so important for us now. So we talked about the fact that we can't afford any slip-ups going into the game and trying to maximise every single point from the game. So I thought our guys did a pretty good job overall. So it's just on to the next challenge now, really, because we're still chasing up in terms of trying to climb up the seedings in the pool. And Bath won't make it easy for us next week. They're a very, very proud club, and going to the Rec is always challenging. I know they haven't been travelling particularly well this season, but they had a good win against Worcester in the last game there. So for us, making sure that we're just ready for that challenge now, because it's a short turnaround.
You probably can't concern yourself about this today, but it's a bad luck for the tournament to have such a winning margin in a match like this. Ideally you'd like every team to go full out for every game, but I don't know the situation in Montpellier, so it's unfair for me to comment. For the game that was due to be in round two, our game, we had a decent group of players, we thought, obviously circumstances and all the rest, so it's hard to keep talking about the same thing over and over. I don't know what their situation is, so for us we just need to focus on ourselves, really, is all we can do now. As I said, it hasn't been an easy time for sport in general. What do you take? What are the most positives? Obviously the scoreline, the 5 points, but individually, what do you take as the most positive from today?
It's more just around, you put in a decent performance out there and you score a lot of tries, but it's coming off the back of a lot of hard work in the background. So, when you have a break, you've heard some players and coaches talking about it's like a mini pre-season as such. Granted, there's been disruptions along the way, which have been well documented, but the group, in terms of training wise, you can see some of the work that we have done in training is paying off, and that sense of cohesion in the team. Even though there's parts of particularly around the first half, I think we had about 10 or 11 turnovers in the first 25 minutes, I think. So it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But it's probably a bit more consistency over the course of 80 minutes. Because even when we played Bath, we got off to a good start in that game, but pretty poor in terms of the bench. So I think the level of concentration, from the 23 was good. And even with late disruption with James pulling out, Josh Murphy coming in, I thought he acquitted himself really, really well. Gary, in terms of his leadership, was good as well. So some positives there as well. And that's probably the big thing from a training point of view, where guys just have to be ready to plug in, when the opportunities arise, because it is a competitive group, and there's many weeks we'd love to be able to sneak a few other names into the team. Unfortunately, you have to settle on 15 and 23. So, but the group have been good in terms of pushing each other on.
Could you just run through the injuries with James Ryan, Tig, and was Jordan injured at half time?
So Jordan, it was this dead leg, probably 25-30 minutes into the game, you could see. So Ty, his calf, again, hoping it's not too bad, but we'll see. And James's hamstring from Friday, then we sort of managed him yesterday and made the call then. So again, hopefully it's not too bad. It doesn't seem to be too bad, but again, obviously short turnaround, so we'll get them assessed and know a bit more early in the week. So
Leo, how hard is it to analyse how good that Montpellier team are ahead of playing Bath away next week? They had COVID cases, obviously, and also they had several academy players there. So how much can you learn from that ahead of the game?
Yeah, not a huge amount, I think, is the honest answer. Yeah, I think we just got to park that game now and move on, and focus on the next challenge. So that'll be the big thing, just for turn our attention. We played Bath
in our last game previous to today. So they're an opposition that's reasonably fresh in our minds and the memories. So it's a different challenge playing on Bath in the Rec. So see what the conditions are like for the week. It can be quite tricky, that pitch, this time of year. So we'll see what the conditions are actually like. But just trying to put in a big performance, and again, it's just assess and recover well for our guys. Short turnaround. And trying to get back just to preparing well for us. Give us, as I said, it's short week, so we'll have a couple of training days. Making sure we're well aware of some of the threats that are coming our way, and it's very much on to the next thing, because, as you say, you can only spend so much time trying to analyse that type of game.